This is Mason Ready MECH 140 computer programming. As you can see today, we have our final lab. As you can see that when presented, we have a motor, a water sensor, a servo motor. Inside that tube is a photo light resistor, an LED. Here we have a couple more LEDs, along with two push buttons. Now, involving my code, you can see that my global variables cover from my button pin all the way to my created variable for my parts. Coming through, you can see I included the library servo along with my setup, creating my inputs and outputs. In my loop, you can see that it is using a switch case. At first, I used the digital read to make sure I am actually reading button 1 and button 2. As we can see, the switch case will then go through case 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After 5, it will be reset and will be sent back all the way to case 1. Now you can see that when coming down here, I have a second switch case in my main loop, allowing me to control the second part of my assembly line. And at the very end, I show that the available stock in my warehouse. As you can see, I have different functions within my switch case. These functions are flash green, flash red, motor run, process 1, process 2, process 3, part A, part B, the assembly. Here I used an equation allowing it to add part 1 and part 2, then create an average amongst them when they are assembled, creating a single part. And this is to show how much is in my warehouse. As you can see, we're going to pull up our serial monitor here, and we are going to make sure that we can still see my code is visible. We are going to upload our code here. Now we can see it's all uploaded. Our board is ready to go. When viewing the serial monitor, you can see that the loop is running, showing that the products we have created is equal to 0. As you can see, when pushing the button, it allows for the operation to begin. As you can see, the serial monitor is displaying what is actually happening. While Part A operation is about to begin, the servo motor will actually show that an example of shaving down the material when creating a certain type of bracket. As you can see, it is asking you to watch your hands and clothing, making sure that you are in a safe position to view the product when it is coming out. As you can see, when continuing down the line, our serial monitor notifies us that the product is going to move again after being inspected by the operator. As the product is moving, the operation will let us know that it is about to begin. While checking the product to see if it passes inspection, when analyzed through a opto-isolating circuit. As you can see, the part is deciding to move again. And here we have phase 3 coming up. Each time the motor is activated, it lets the operator know it is aware that it must remove their hands or clothing in the area as not to get caught on what might be coming through. As you can see, that since the part is dry completely, the washing is complete, ending our phase 3, making sure there are no contaminants on the product. As you can see, when pressing the button again, it allows for us to actually add the part to the factory line. This number will be stored within the Arduino, allowing it to hold a value while the part is added to the assembly. Still, you can see that only one part has been added to the assembly. Therefore, the total number of products after assembled is still 0. And you can see that it is resetting the button count back to 0. For a visual effect, we will start to see that when pushed on button 2, our actual operation will begin. As you can see again, that green light will show up, showing us that the operation is about to begin and move into position. Red catching your eyes, making it aware that the operation is about to begin and you should be aware of your surroundings. As you can see, operation 1 is shaving down the materials still for part B, and the product is finished, being able to move down the line from process 1. As you can see, we are going to continue down the line and check out process number 2. The product is still in motion on the conveyor line. While coming to process 2, the light will let us know that the operation is about to begin. The light will send signals to the opto-isolator and allowing it to show if the product passes inspection or not. As you can see, the product is still moving on from phase 2. And now, phase 3. We're going to make sure the product is completely clean of all contaminants. And the product is moving into position. Now part B operation is about to begin, and it is recognizing that the sensor is completely clean and knowing that the washing is complete and ending the cycle of phase 3. As you can see, the product is in motion again, allowing the operator to inspect it when needed. And again with the button count again. Part 2 has been added with the total number of part B, as you can see, is 1. Yet still, the total number of products created is equal to 0. As you can see, when added, the assembly part has been added, the total number of products now created is equal to 1. And again, even though after the button resets itself, the products created is still kept as a variable able to be stored in the serial monitor. When continuing, we can create multiple products on this production line and continue our operation all over again. As you can see, the operation has begun to start over, prepping part A for its operation about to take place, and will begin phase 1. This has been Mason Ready, Computer Programming, MECH 140.